Hey YouTube, Mikey here and welcome to Boulevard Bricks. So a lot of you are going to start Lego cities for the new year. That's awesome. I have been lagging on building my Lego city, so I'm going to join you. One of the steps that I've already done or completed is finding tables for my Lego city. This is a pretty important piece because, without a good solid foundation or table, you're going to struggle having a good solid city. Now when it comes to tables for a Lego city, it's really common for the Lego community to go to the standard IKEA table. They're relatively inexpensive, really easy to get, and they're somewhat modular. You can move them around and set them up the way that you like. I'm not going to go that route, and there's a couple reasons. The first reason is there's enough stuff out there. We don't need to buy new stuff all the time. And I think environmentally, it's really responsible to find things that are going to be useful and reuse them. That's why I buy a lot of bulk Lego, right? It has great reuse. Well, same thing with a lot of tables and things like that. The other reason is it's a lot cheaper. And I would much rather save money on a table, still a good table, solid foundation, but save money on a table and put that money into Lego. So in this video, I will show you ways that you can save money, be good to the environment, and get yourself some really good Lego tables on the cheap. Here we go. So my first go-to when it comes to anything like this is Craigslist. Craigslist is everywhere in the United States, pretty much. If you're close to a metro area or a suburb area, then you probably have a Craigslist near you. It's also in other countries. But almost always when I open Craigslist, there are kitchen tables, desks, companies that are closing their doors, and on all kinds of things where I can find what I need for a table. Sometimes it takes a little patience. If you're in a hurry, it can be frustrating, but if you wait a little bit and you just keep your eyes peeled, good stuff pops up. And what I'm showing you here are just a few examples of what was available locally. So what I found was there was a company that was going out of business, and the space that I have in my room where I'm going to be setting up my layout, it's 15 feet long, so pretty long, 180 inches. And I wanted to have something that was about 50 inches wide, which is 5 base plates. So I ended up finding this table. It's a conference room table from this company that was going out of business. So what it cost me was my time and effort to go down there and disassemble it and then bring it back to my place. When I'm reassembling it, I will assemble it so that there's a little bit of gap in between the tabletops so that it is exactly 50 inches wide. It'll leave a little bit of a gap, but base plates and so forth will cover that up. Super solid table, and the bottom of it or the underneath is very solid steel. It actually came with some channels that I didn't put on yet, but it's for a wire chase. So if I do plan on wiring the city for lights or anything like that, I can add the wire chase. But great table. It was expandable, so it fit my 15-foot space perfectly, and it's 50 inches wide. And again, the cost was just me going to break it down and bring it here and set it back up. So if you were to compare the cost of building this table using IKEA tables, it would have cost me $330 for the tables and parts to make a 50-inch by 180-inch table. $330. My cost, free. And why is that important? Well, $330 with tax is pretty much what the new modular building costs. So, that's a modular building's worth of money that I saved instead of putting into a table. And this is completely solid and will totally do the job. On the other side of that same room, I have a space, and I needed something about 60 inches by 80 inches. So about 6 base plates by 8 base plates. And again, turning to Craigslist, looking, didn't see a whole lot in the size that I was looking for. But in a local auction, I found some door blanks. And what's cool about these door blanks is you can get them in a lot of different ways and places. There are some on Craigslist every once in a while. I am showing them here. Also too, Habitat for Humanity in a lot of cities has what's called a restore, where they take gently used construction items and you can buy them that way. But yeah, so I ended up buying these 2 door blanks. I think I paid like $8 with tax and everything for 2 door blanks. And then underneath, I put the IKEA legs. So they're $7.50 a pop, and built it out that way. So this setup cost me $53. Really, the bulk of that cost was the IKEA legs. If I were to build this whole setup or the size of this table using actual IKEA tables and legs, the cost would have been $220. So once again, I paid less than half, and these are very solid, very stable. The IKEA legs have adjustable feet, so I can make sure that it's nice and level and so forth. So, and if you wanted to buy new door blanks, it's still cheaper than if you were to buy the IKEA tables. So 1 door blank is basically 2 IKEA tables in size. All right, so besides these hacks, another thing that you can do, and I've done a lot of this too, is to look at model railroading channels on YouTube and see how their bench work is created. Creating bench work using wood and so forth, same thing. On Craigslist you can get free 2x4s and sometimes free plywood and things like that. Maybe you're gonna use bench work techniques like model railroading. Maybe you'll find some free or cheap tables as I showed you, and put some of that money that you save back into Lego for your city. I'd love to know what you're doing and how you've set up your tables, and maybe we can have this city building experience together for 2024. With that, thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a great day. Take care.